Welcome back to my channel. So during today's video, we are going to be doing a look using the Morphe 9X Little Extra palette. This is, I believe, is part of the holiday collection that has come out this year. This is the color scheme. So we already know it's going to be kind of like a pinkish eyeshadow look. So let's just get started. I'm going to start out with my Wet n Wild Creme Brulee to set the concealer that I used to prime today, which is the NYX Gotcha Covered Total Concealer. And this is in the shade Medium Olive. That's the shade, Medium Olive. And it is still kind of on the tacky side. I've never used it to prime my eyes with, so, and it has like a little more greasy texture to it. So I want to make sure it's really, really set this morning. So I am actually going to set it with the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee. And I'm going to be using my ColourPop E5 fluffy brush, this large fluffy brush. We're just going to set it. Like I said, it's so oily. I don't want to take a chance at trying to place the shadow on top of it, and then I'll be here longer than expected trying to get it to set with the shadows. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And just make sure everything is set really, really good. And then I'm going to go up to the brow bone area, just to make sure that's set as well while I'm here doing it. Let's see. I'm just making sure everything is like dried down. Okay, so I think that should do it. So I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit so we can get started with this eyeshadow look. I did not take my brushes out once again with this foolishness. But I'm going to start out with the Makeup Shack 268 brush. And it's just this nice big fluffy brush. And we are going to start with, let's do the shade Holiday. And it's the third matte shade on the first row. And we're going to place this shade in our crease area. Ooh. And blend. This is a really pigmented shade. And go and blend outwards. And do the other eye, and you can just blend in circular motions. I didn't pack as much as I did on this eye as it did the other one. Did not realize it was going to be that much shadow. So we're going to blend outwards and in the crease. Sticking it right in the crease and blending. And I'm doing it in circular motions, going upwards a little bit above the crease, but not too high, because I don't want this pink to go too far up. And packing a little bit more in my crease. This time I'm using the tip of the brush and packing it right in the crease. And circular motions. Okay, same thing for this eye, right in the crease and circular motions. That is blending really, really good. So just blending a little bit more. So let's apply just a tad bit more, just to make sure it's really, really placed. And this I'm going to lift my eyes to get right in that crease. And it's like directly in that crease area. For the next shadow, we are going to be using the Jaclyn Hill's JH35, and this is flat blending brush, more like the 433 Morphe brush, if you have that brush. And we are going to be taking the shade Merry and Bright, which is this more deeper pinkish reddish type shade, and we're going to be packing it on this brush, and we're going to take this shade and pop it in the outer crease up into the inner crease, not the inner crease, the outer V into the crease. And we're going to do the same thing, just kind of place it. This is a nice shade, and start blending directly in the crease area. And we're not going to take this shade above the crease area. We're going to place it right in the crease area. And I'm lifting my eye so I can concentrate it right in the crease area. And we're just blending. I'm going to take a little bit more and make sure it's really deepened in this outer V area. I'm going back in again. Okay. And then, and make sure you just continue to blend. But these shadows are performing like really, really, really good. So we're going to take a little bit more. And again, I'm lifting my eye so I can focus it directly into this crease and get it blended like really, really good. So now we're going to do windshield wiper motions. Because again, we're not going up high with this shade like we did the first shade. Just blending. And we're going to go back in with the Makeup Shack brush, and we're going to blend out these edges from the first shade we placed. And I did not put any more shadows on the brush to blend these edges. And I'm blending in circular motions. I'm going to blow it out. This is coming together so good. Now we're going to go back in with the Jaclyn Hill brush just to make sure these shadows are still blended really, really well. Now, let's go in with the Morphe 505 brush. And we're going to go back in with the Creme Brulee by Wet n Wild to soften up these edges of this pink shadow. And just place it and blend it. So they'll transition really, really well together. Let's take a little bit more of this shadow. And place it. And place it. I'm going to lightly blend right in the area where the light shade stops going up towards the brow bone area. Okay, so now we are going to dive into some shimmer. So we're going to use the Too Faced glitter glue. I like it. And we are going to take it on our finger and pack it, starting with the center and blending towards the inner crease. And over towards the center of the eyelid, but not all the way across the eyelid to the outer V. Same thing with this eyelid, starting with the center and then placing it and blending with the finger towards the inner corner, but not all the way across the outer V. So the next shade we are going to go in with our finger is the shade Razzle Dazzle, and this is the medium shade on the last row, and it's more of a like satin type satin sheen. It's not an actual shimmer, but it's a really soft shade. So now we're going to pack that closer towards the outer V and in the center of the lid, but we're not going to place it in the inner corner. We're going to pop that lighter shade in the inner corner, and I want to place it right in the crease with my finger, the tip of my finger. Ooh, pretty. Okay. I like that. We're going to do the same thing for the other eye. This is coming together so pretty. And now we are going to take the lighter shade in the palette with the same finger. We clean it off a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to take the second shade on the second row, this lighter shimmer shade, and pack this shade right into the crease area. I like this. This is coming together really pretty. And just pack it right into the center, the inner corner, and blend up a little bit, overlapping the other shimmer shade that's on the center of the lid. And the same thing for this eye. Oh, that is super duper pretty. So now we're going to go in with the Morphe 562 brush, and it's this little tiny fluffy blending brush, and we're going to blend these edges in the crease. This is like so pretty, and I know they have a larger palette with these shades. I don't know now. I may have to go get that because these shadows blend and work really well together. Like, this is like a good eyeshadow palette. I like it. And I'm just continuing to blend the crease area, and just make sure everything else is blended together. This is like really pretty. So now I'm gonna go back in with the matte shade on the second row, the deepest pinkish reddish tone, and we're going to place this back into our outer V and just blend it. So you can put that deftness back into it. And just continue to blend. And we're going to blend these edges in circular motion so they're not harsh. And back to the crease, into the inner corner. And make sure everything just blended really, really nice. So now we're gonna take the first shimmer shade. We're just gonna coat the lid one more time with the shadows and just place it. And make sure you have a little bit of it in the crease area. I like pulling my shimmers up into my crease area because when I close my eyes, you can't, when I open my eyes, not close my eyes, open my eyes, my shadows will go down into my crease. So now let's take the lighter shade and we are going to place that on the inner corner. And blend up towards the center of the crease. So everything is blended nicely. This is so, so gorgeous. I like it. Now we're going to go back in with the Makeup Shack T68 just to blend out these edges again. And I'm not applying any more shadows still. And now I'm going to go back in with the Morphe 505 just to make sure the lighter shade is transitioned in with the pink shade that's leading up to the brow bone. But we're going to go back in with this cream brulee one more time before we cap this look. And just setting everything again and brightening it back up a little bit more. And lightly blend. Okay. One last time, the fluffy brush by Morphe, the little tiny crease brush, and just make sure everything else is still seamless. This is like so pretty. Now we're going to take our makeup wipe and clean these edges and under the eye area. I like this. Clean from around our brows. I like it. Let's zoom in. This is like so pretty. I mean, like, hands down, this is probably one of the easiest looks I've done, like, in a while, that did not take long to continue to blend and get it the way I want it. You know what? Maybe it's because I went ahead and set my base and it didn't take as long. Maybe that's it. But even with that, sometimes, in my opinion, when I'm just blending a little bit while I'm talking, when I set my base, sometimes the shadows are not as pigmented and you have to continue to build. But this little palette is beautiful. I love it. Again, this is the final look of the eyeshadows. This is pretty. I like it. Really, really pretty. And my norm, I am going to go off camera, finish the rest of my face, and I will see you guys with the final look. See you guys in a bit. Welcome back. This is the final look, and I love how everything has come together. These shadows in this palette performed really, really good. The shades that I used, I really do like this little palette. This is a nice pink tone, red, little pop of kind of burgundy reddish in that one, those shades there. Really, really pretty if you like red and pinkish kind of together. But I do like how everything turned out. I'm going to zoom you guys in to see the final look of this eyeshadow. It is so pretty. Like, so pretty. These lashes are like foolish. I think this is my last pair of Cala lashes. I don't like the style, but I try to use what I buy. And trying to use them all. But back to this beautiful eyeshadow look. I love it. It's so pretty. It was easy to do. Didn't have any issues. I like it. If you have this palette in your collection, let me know your thoughts on it. Like I said, I may go back and buy the larger palette that goes with this palette. Well, not goes with, but in the collection with it. If it's still on sale. I think they had a 50% on sale when I looked yesterday. I'm not sure when it ends, but that is a nice palette. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have not done so already, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And become a part of my YouTube family here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.